Pops, what you got to say to them?
Next stop, Grand Canyon, guys. This is
nothing.
This view is
Riches and Righteousness, what's going on? We are here at the Grand Canyons today. We are exploring everything about Arizona. So you know we had to go to the Grand Canyons, and the views are spectacular. Check them out. As you can see, they are just amazing, guys. Wow, look at that. So what's good about today is that we're going to talk about the power of a testimony and how we need to share our testimonies to other people, because that is what God did for us in our lives. And when we share our testimonies, we are sharing what God's power can do for all of us. So stay tuned, guys.
let's get it.
Let's go. Good morning, Riches and Righteousness. We just got done sleeping up here. You can see my nice Chiefs blanket there. We're headed to horseback riding. So we're gonna go horseback riding for an hour and all that good stuff. So I hope you guys like our RV here. It's pretty cool, but this is only day one, so stay tuned. We're finally on the road. We're heading back to the house now to load up, to get everything, and then we're going to head out to the Grand Canyons for our first stop. I'll give you guys a brief tour, but right now, while the car is in movement, they want us to be buckled up and no one moving around. So we just got back to the house, and you can see the RV here. You can see that's where we're sleeping, but you can get a full picture of what the RV looks like. Nice Ford. So this is going to be our hotel for a couple days, a whole week. All right, Kiani, how are you feeling? We are going to do some horseback riding.
We sure are. We have our helmets here for safety. And it's a beautiful day here in the Grand Canyons. We had our first night in the RV. Actually went pretty well. I slept pretty good. How about you, Jonathan?
I slept pretty well too. Had my Chiefs blanket, so I slept in victory. But we are going to be riding these horses pretty soon, and I can't even tell you guys how long it's been since I rode a horse. Here with Tonic. That's my boy. So we are on the trail. We are horseback riding. My horse name is Tonic. He's a big boy, and we having a good time, guys. All right, guys, so we are almost done, and you can see the landscape behind us. You can see my pops right there. And we're having a good time, man. This is crazy. You know, this is something, you know, people don't do all the time, you know, get to horseback ride in the Grand Canyons and, you know, RV and camp over. So we're very thankful and very blessed. And, you know, we asked God to, you know, travel and to go places, and, you know, we were able to do those things. So, you know, guys, just ask and you shall receive. Believe in what you ask for and it will manifest. You know, God is a giving God. He loves us. He treats us like his children. So when we ask him to do things, he's going to do it for us, especially if it's in our best interest. We are walking back from the store, and then check out this guy right here. Got your own little guy. Welcome to Arizona. Check out this elk, right? You guys can see the elk right here.
It's a reindeer.
It's, like my pop said, it's a reindeer. So we stopped at downtown Sedona, Arizona, and we're gonna check out some shops and some restaurants, and we're gonna see all the good views. So come along, follow us. These are some nice shops here downtown, and you can't really see, but those are all mountains over there. There's some nice shops, and then also we have some more shops over here, and this is restaurants as well. Really cool town, very nice. So we are at the Grand Canyons today. We are walking around. There's a whole bunch of trails that we're gonna walk around. We're gonna show you guys some views here. Whew, it is breathtaking. It's matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tell you guys. I'm gonna show you guys instead so you guys can see right there. Look at that. That is amazing. As you guys can see, we're in the Grand Canyons today and we're having a great time. Whew. That is extraordinary right there. That's God's creation. We're walking out. We're about to go to some more peaks. You guys, check out all these people right here in this cliff. I just wanted to give you an exclusive look at one of the peaks here. You guys could see the beautiful views. It is spectacular out here. It took about 4 hours to drive here from Phoenix, so it wasn't that bad. It's kind of like Orlando to Miami, so same old drive. But here you guys go. Check out this beautiful view.
Guys, this view is, I can't even put into words. It's just so amazing to see all of God's creation in such a natural environment. You definitely have to check out the Grand Canyons if you haven't already. It's our first time here and I can promise it won't be the last.
All right, Riches and Righteousness here again with my pops, having a great time. How you like it?
Loving it.
It is amazing here, man. And we're actually going to camp out here a few nights, so you guys are gonna see some of that as well. All right, guys, so we are going to one of the famous peaks, so that's why I have my mask on. I always advise safety first, especially if you're around people. Let's not take this virus too lightly. Even though I want to take it off and enjoy myself, safety is always first, guys. Riches and Righteousness, I'm here with David. How you doing, sir?
Fine.
Awesome. He's going to tell you guys some cool facts about the Grand Canyons.
The canyon is one of the 7 wonders of the natural world. So we're not talking about the Great Wall of China or the pyramids. We're talking about the natural world. It's the only canyon on that short list, and it's the only one on the North America continent. How lucky are we to have it right here in northern Arizona? 10 miles across as the raven flies.
Wow. That's awesome, man. So thank you guys so much. Thank you, Mr. David. You have a great day today.
Okay.
So we know that sharing our testimonies actually heals us. And not only does it heal us, it shows what God is not only doing in the present, but what he continues to do for us. So I encourage you guys to please share your testimonies and understand that when you share your testimony to someone, you can have the chance to save them, to heal them, to help them to get closer with God and build that relationship that Christ wants with all of us. So as we know, the power of sharing a testimony is so powerful, and we shouldn't be scared of sharing our story, because like I said earlier, it's what God did for us. It is the power that God did for us to free us from whatever issues we had. That is the power of testimonies, and we need to remember that.
Hey guys, so going off of our episode of how important testimonies are and the power behind testimonies, Jonathan and I both thought that, we could share a little bit of our testimonies and how we are not just at the place where we want to be, but definitely getting stronger and getting closer to that walk with God that we're hungry for. So a little bit about myself. I actually grew up in a Christian home at a very young age. Since birth, I went to a private Christian school. I would go to Sunday school every Sunday. So I always had that foundation and that kind of spiritual atmosphere at a very young age. Now with that, I can definitely attest in saying that that doesn't mean that my walk with Christ has been perfect. I think we all go through a trial and a period in our lives where we kind of lose sight of what we want, and especially we lose sight of our walk with God. So for me, it was kind of like in a 6-month span. I was just about to turn 21, around my age of turning 21. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm all grown up, I can make my own decisions, I don't need anyone's approval, and in that I kind of got lost in my own ways. I took more excitement into partying and clubbing and drinking and getting involved with the wrong people that I lost my way, and I ended up being broken with that. So I basically dug myself into a deeper hole, and I had to get myself out of it. I was soon realizing that I wasn't being fulfilled the way that I needed to be. Definitely depending on alcohol, drinking to the point where I didn't even remember what was going on. I would wake up feeling terrible the next day. But after being resaved and resurrendering my life to Christ again, I started to pray, and I started seeing my prayers coming true. I prayed one night in my bedroom on my hands and knees, just crying alone, and I just asked God, to help me find somebody that was on his timing, and it was someone that was a man of God, someone that was gonna constantly lead me to God and not stray me away from him. So I prayed that prayer, and I left it in God's hands. Shortly after, I met Jonathan, and it turned out he prayed something very similar, and so that was already like, wow, like God's hearing my prayers, like I want more of this lifestyle. So I remember I prayed for God to give me conviction and to allow me to feel the things that I was doing wrong and ways to stop them. So actually it's about to be a whole year where I haven't had any alcohol. I've been completely sober from alcohol. I haven't felt any type of temptation, and there's been times where people have, constantly tried to, come on, like have one drink, like it's fine, da da da. And no, like I've stood my ground because I know how much Jesus gave me, and if I can't sit there and say, he gave me all of this and I can't do this one thing for him, like it just felt wrong. So I prayed for that conviction over my life, and I constantly do pray for conviction over my life because conviction is so important, and it helps you in your testimony. It helps you to become that better and stronger person. So being in the wrong crowds, being in the wrong environments is something that I don't even feel tempted to do anymore. Partying, clubbing, I don't care. I don't have any desire to go out there to live that life. I don't feel like I'm missing out on anything, and I just feel set free from that, And another thing that I wanted to mention in my testimony, I'm not going to go super into detail because I do believe that there's some things that should be kept between myself and God, but I would put the blame on everything I went through on the people that hurt me the most, the guys that hurt me the most, when the reality was that I put myself in that situation as well. So if I wasn't able to take full blame for it, how can I allow myself to fully be healed? So I learned that forgiving myself first and then forgiving others who may not have apologized, but it allowed me to feel free and to be where I'm at now today. So all in all, share your testimonies, don't be ashamed of them, and just allow them to make you a better person. Allow them to continue to help you get closer in your walk with Christ, because that's all he wants from us. He just wants us to have that strong and that just willingness to give it all to him. And it's changed my life, and being sober now for almost a year, if that's something that you're struggling with, pray for that conviction. Pray that he allows you to be set free from that, to have a revelation from that. And just like my testimony, you have a testimony as well. And if you guys ever want to share that testimony with us, on our website we have a prayer request chat box. Feel free to send a testimony in that chat box, and we will pray for you as well and pray for that revelation through that chat box. So thank you guys for watching. I can't wait to share more of my life and my life with Jonathan and Jonathan's life with you guys. And yeah, have a blessed day and enjoy all the views.
Riches and Righteousness, welcome to episode 10. Here we're going to talk about testimonies, where we could share our testimonies to individuals that are going through certain situations that we're going through, or we could just share our testimonies and let people know what God did for us. So I'm going to share some of my testimony today. At an early age, I was in trouble all the time. I was always, in and out of trouble. I was stealing. I've been to 2 alternative schools, and I know stealing is bad and it's something that we should not do, as we know that God tells us not to steal. And, growing up, that's a mistake that I made, but I have overcome that by the grace of God. But going back to the 2 alternative schools, I was kicked out of school at a very early age, and I had to go to an alternative school where I was fighting all the time. I was being bullied, so I had to protect myself and I had to, fight back. I was around other bad kids, so mentally I was just, kind of corrupted in that atmosphere. But I was able to get over it because in 2014 I got baptized and I was able to start a new life with God, right? I built my relationship with Him. I was able to focus on doing what He wants for me, which gave me the ability to, live a more pure life, live a life that God wanted me to live. So, we all have our trials and tribulations. We all go through things, but God molds us. And sometimes we have to go through these things so we could get to the next level in life. But making sure we share our testimonies with other people helps, because like I said, we're sharing what God did for us. So, alternative schools, hanging around the wrong people, I dropped out of high school and I was able to get my high school diploma by going into Job Corps. But let me tell you this, when I got baptized, 2 weeks later, I got accepted into Job Corps when there was a 6-month waiting list. So me giving my life to God, He opened up an opportunity sooner than what was expected, which allowed me to get my license, graduate. I got facility maintenance trades. I got my HVAC trades. And then I was able to go to an advanced training where I got my transportation and communication certifications, which helped me out, which gave me the ability to get back on my feet, to, live a life where I knew, if I put the hard work in, I could get where I wanted to be. So you guys don't have to worry so much about what you guys been through, because God has separated you. God has put you in a new season, and God has allowed you to get to that next level in life so you could prosper and do the right thing. But we need to understand everyone has a story and everyone has a different chapter. So my life and your life, we could be on 2 different chapters, but God is still the author of that book, right? And He still writes what He wants, and He still is in control of His children and what He wants for His children. So I want you guys to realize that no matter what you go through, God is going to be there for you. God is going to hold you. God is going to take care of you. But don't be ashamed of your testimony, right? Share your testimony and let it go, because once you let it go, you feel much better. And guess what? You can now separate that, move on, and do much more. So I hope everyone has a great day today and a great night wherever you guys are located. But I want you guys to reflect on this video and to understand not to be ashamed what God has done for you, because there is power in what He has done for you. So thank you guys again. Riches and Righteousness. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hope to see you guys soon.